guys, it's Janis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my bookshelf and all the books I have in it, and sort of show you guys how I categorize everything and organize everything. And the reason I'm kind of making this video is because this is the last time I'll be in my home for the next few months, because in 3 days I'll be flying to London to study in UCL, and I won't be in my home for a very long time, and so this will be the last time I'm going to be looking at my own bookshelf and stuff. So I thought I'd just show you guys this part of my room before it leaves me forever. And I feel like this is sort of a really weird video in a lot of ways, because like one of the reasons is I feel like this is the last video where my accent will be entirely my own. So the thing is, I always switch my accent depending on who I'm with, and so all these years I've been living in Hong Kong, I've sort of had like a Hong Kong-ish, teeny tiny bit North American accent, but then I feel like after I go to London I'll be like bombarded by the British accent, and I feel like my own accent is gonna change, which is really scary because I don't really want to change, but I know I will change because my accent always changes. So like this is the last video where I won't be speaking like a British person. Anyway, this is my last video before I go to the UK, so stay subscribed because I'm gonna be filming my UK adventures on my channel here. But yeah, let's just get into the video. So this is basically what my bookshelf looks like. I got it from IKEA, and it's not very big because my room is not big enough for a bigger bookcase. So here's what the top of the shelf looks like. So here I have just some fake flowers, and I really like yellow because I feel like it brightens up the whole room. And this container is where I put my makeup and lip balm and stuff, and I got this from IKEA too. And in the back, those are some fake flowers, and in this little metal container I've got bookmarks, and most of these are like free bookmarks, but this one is an owl and a friend gave this one to me. So moving on to the first shelf, actually all of the shelves have this wallpaper on it. It's like whitewashed wood, and I just put the wallpaper on the back to make the whole thing look a little bit prettier. And here I have just some fake flowers. Those ones up there were yellow, these ones are blue. And this whole shelf is for classics. So I do all the books in the back by chronological order. Hopefully they're correct. I think I googled everything. Right here I have my copy of Gone with the Wind, and Gone with the Wind was my childhood favorite book, so that's why it has a special little place for it right here. And I actually got this copy from my parents when I was, I believe, like 10 years old. Let me see. When I was 11. So I got this from my parents when I was 11, which is like 6 years ago already. And yeah, so I've read this book at least 6 times, and that's why it's all like scruffy and disgustingly yellow, and also it's falling apart, and so I just stuck tape on both ends. But yeah, clearly it's my favorite book, so I just keep it right here on display. And so the rest of those just follow the chronological order. So Jane Eyre, it was actually really funny because I thought like Jane Eyre was written more recently, but turns out it's the oldest book in my collection. And I just have Charles Dickens, Little Women, and Green Gables. I love this book so much. And Daddy Longlegs Pollyanna, and The Hobbit and The Silmarillion technically are not like classics, but they are sort of modern classics. And The Catcher in the Rye, Lolita, The Crucible, Catch-22, which by the way is the weirdest book I've ever read, The Great Gatsby, and finally The Book Thief, which just came out like a couple years ago, but it is a very good book, so I just say that it's a modern classic and fill up that space. Moving on to the second shelf, this is where I put all my novels or non-fiction, and basically just everything that was written in recent years. And this is just a room spray thing, so it shouldn't be here. But yeah, I don't really have a lot of space here yet, so I just have 2 layers of books. And this layer over here are books that I recently bought, and those ones are books that I bought earlier on. So it doesn't really have a sort of clear structure. I just sort of put it in a way that I think works for me. So this book is one that I bought recently and I haven't even read it yet. It's The Historian. And then it's the Da Vinci Code, and I already read this, but I don't know why it's here. And I have Call Me By Your Name, which I bought just this year and I just finished reading it. And All the Light We Cannot See, which is One of my favorite World War II novels. I cannot recommend this book enough, but maybe I'll talk about it in another video, but it's like the best World War II book ever. And then I have Sapiens. So this is nonfiction, and this is also one of my favorite nonfiction books ever. I think it is my favorite, and yeah, just love this book so much. And then over here I have 2 books of poetry, and I've never bought poetry before because I never used to read poetry, but then recently I tried to get into different genres, so I bought these 2 books by Mary Oliver, 1000 Mornings, which I just finished reading. It was great, and also Felicity, and I haven't read this one yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So those are just the poems I have. Oh no. Okay, I removed that layer so you can take a better look at what's in the back. And so all of these are novels, and I don't really have a sort of structure for how I organized it. It's sort of by author, but then they're not in alphabetical order, so it's just sort of all messy, but it works for me. So the first book here is 1/5 Avenue. Someone gave this book to me before and I read it once. I don't really remember what it's about, but I remember that was alright. And then I have The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling, and this was actually like a really good book. It's completely different from Harry Potter, but it's a nice little grown-up book. And over here I have 4 books by Jodi Picoult, I believe, and all of these were gifted to me from someone, but I just have them sort of in the order of how much I like them. So My Sister's Keeper is my least favorite, and The Storyteller is my favorite, so I just sort them by how much I like them, which is like a weird way to sort books, I know. And then I have 5 John Green books. Some of them are gifts and I bought some of them. So these 5 books I think are ordered by the date he published them, so they're chronological. This is his oldest book, this is his newest book. And then I have The Mysterious Benedict Society, which is the only children's book I have, but this is one of my favorite children's books ever. I love the story so much, so it just goes here. And finally, the last shelf is where I put my Bibles and like Christian books, and also some self-help books. So starting over here, I actually do have another children's book. This is called The 3 Trees, and I literally read this when I was a child, but it's my favorite storybook ever, so I just still keep it over here. And then I have this coloring book, which is sort of like a self-help book, I think. So I just have it here, and I've only colored like 1 page, but yeah, just keep it here in case I want to draw in it. And then, okay, this is not actually a Christian book at all. It is Alexander Hamilton, the biography, and I got it when I was obsessed with the musical Hamilton, and I actually did finish reading the entire biography, which I'm very proud of. It's such a huge and long book, but yeah, I read that one. And here's my Bible. So it's the C.S. Lewis Bible, and it's usually not on my shelf because it's next to my bed where I read it every night before I go to sleep, but I just put it back here in the shelf. And then over here I have some candles. I think they're just like IKEA candles, and those 2 Yankee candles are stuff that my friends gave me, but I never really use candles, so I just keep them here when I'm not using them. And then onto the books. So this one is a self-help book, Better Than Before, talking about how to change your habits. And I remember it was pretty good, but not particularly spectacular. It was okay. And then I just have these old-looking Christian books. So all of these are actually from my mom, and I think they were published, like these copies are from the 1980s or the 1990s. And so they have an extremely old look to them. Let me just show you. Like, they're all yellow inside, and they're super old. Like, look at this. What book even looks like this nowadays? But yeah, they're just like old books written by missionaries and the like. And I've only read this one, haven't read the others yet, but I'm going to. And down here I have a collection of C.S. Lewis books as well, and this copy is also super old and yellow. But yeah, I really like having these books because I feel like they have a story behind them, because they're old books and I'm excited to read them. So that was my bookshelf. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously it's not a very big bookshelf and I only have like 40 books in there, but yeah, that's all the books I have so far, and I treasure them a lot because I really like books. So yeah. Alright, so when the next video comes out, I'll already be in London for the first time in my life, and so subscribe if you want to see those adventures, and I'll be making more study related videos when I actually get back into school. So I'll see you guys very soon, and thanks for watching. Bye!